No clue. I doubt it, but I have no clue, to be honest with you.
What it says about you as a player to play all those snaps, I guess all that work you do in February, March, and April.
I think it just goes back to the conversation that we had last week. I pride myself on it, and I feel like I'm built for it. I feel like I've prepared for it in the offseason with my trainer. And obviously, when we come here for OTAs and mini camps to get in football shape, push myself there as well as in camp.
Was there any moment where you thought maybe I'll take one, or someone suggested you want to take one? It's not like
That's inside information. You have to ask Coach T and Coach Gates for that one.
Think of the way Xavier Howard's been playing the last few weeks.
Excellent. I think X is coming into his own. We've expected him to be that type of player for us as soon as he got here last year, and I think he showed special plays of that last year. I think he had some injuries or some things that took him off the field, and but at the end of the day, that's what we expect out of X. So he's playing at an elite level, and hopefully he continues that way, and people stop throwing the ball his way.
Duncan, after such a huge win on Monday, how did this team avoid a letdown Sunday?
We have no room for a letdown. Our focus is understanding what we have, which is Buffalo, the next game up, and it's an important one. One, because they're a division opponent, and two, because they're our next opponent.
Did you guys look at it as we can get ourselves back into the playoff conversation if you upset the Patriots?
I don't ever feel like we ever thought we were out of the playoff contention. Mathematically, however you want to look at it, our focus is to take care of business and let the chips fall where they fall.
You've obviously played in a division where there were a lot of snow games. I'm assuming you played in snow in Green Bay and Minnesota. Is there any thought process when you're a player, either it's cleats or the field, when you're playing in those kind of elements and conditions?
How I look at it is, I played in Green Bay, played in Minnesota when they were outside building their stadium. Nice and cold there. Played in Philly in a great snow game, I think one of the top 10 snow games. How I look at it and approach it is as simple as this. Don't think about it. It's not anything to really worry about. You're playing football. So as most athletes do, when you go into a game and there's outside noise, all this talking, just block it out.
So it doesn't put you defensive players at a disadvantage just from a change direction standpoint?
For me, no. I think just go out there and adjust and adapt to the conditions and go from there.
What's the challenge stopping Sean McCoy?
He's an elite back. I've seen him plenty of times, one at Philly, being in this division, and then once at Philly, or a couple times at Philly, being in the NFC, and then obviously being in the same division here with him being at Buffalo. He's an elite back, a guy I respect, a guy that I like enjoying to being around in the offseason, but we got to stop him. He's a workhorse, and we got to stop that.
He changes directions a lot. He'll start one way, go the other way, cut back. That's kind of his thing. How does that create a challenge for the defensive line to sort of stay disciplined in the gaps?
Well, you look at it, they give them opportunities in their stretch game and the things that they like to run. And, their offensive line does a pretty good job in staying in front of guys and allowing him to make his holes and get to where he wants to be. So you just got to take your shot and make sure your gap sound, as you mentioned. But when I look at it, it's just all about tackling and gang tackling. If we're all surrounded the ball carrier, we won't have an issue.
if Tyrod plays, what, if anything, is unique about his skill set?
Another guy just like Shady. He's an elite running back from a quarterback position. Obviously can throw the ball, has been successful in there as well. And we've got to be very keen on that. I know they have specific runs for him in his particular position. So we've got our hands full if he's playing. If not, then we still have our hands full with either one of the other quarterbacks, especially Webb.
You guys all good? Okay, thank you.